This is Rosa, aka Sharon. I'm on my way home, but I wanted to do this video real quick, just talking about divorce. Perfect divorce and separation. Been there, done that, understand, understood, overstand. Okay? It's a work in progress, guys. There's a lot of guilt and shame going through a divorce or a separation, and I'm just going to touch on it a little bit because divorce, separation, and marriage. Let's talk about it. Let's go to the marriage first, right? People married for different reasons. People married for gain, right? Hopefully. Some people married for lust, love, whatever the reason is. Financial gain. You know why you got married to the person, because it was beneficial to you. It's a benefit for all parties, okay? There's something that the person have that you want, all right? Anywho, but sometimes it comes to a bitter end because, you know, right now I think in society is 60% divorce rate. No longer is it 50, right? So if you're not willing to fight for your marriage, yeah, it's going to end in divorce. It's most definitely going to end in divorce. And that's usually always sad, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you have children. It's always sad, you know what I'm saying? The person leaving, at the time they might be happy, going to newer pastor, feeling refreshed and renewed because they're running off. You know, the relationship is broken, so they just want to leave. The person left behind, the person that didn't want the divorce, have feelings as well about the whole divorce process. They're probably sad or, you know, grieving. Both of them, by the way, have the grieving process after divorce. Denial, acceptance, bargaining, and some other ones as well. Everything in life is a cycle, okay? Sometimes you go back and forth. I'm sure I'm leaving some of the process out, but sometimes you go back and forth with the process of divorce, right? It's a whole grieving process. Everything in life, again, is a pattern, right? If you guys can't sit down and work out your problems, get counseling, whatever it is, if you try and it can't work, yes, you are going to have a divorce, because if communication and trust is broken, you have no marriage. Again, I'm just going to touch on this. If you guys have questions, please leave it. I'll be glad to do another video, okay? So the reason why I came here today is because today I spoke to two men. One, which is still married, and he have a long-distance marriage. His wife is miles and miles away. 9 years he haven't seen his wife. He says she's faithful. I don't know. People might think that that's not true, but, you know, to each his own, whatever. You have some people that it's not all about lust, whatever it is. You know, you have purpose, so it's not all about physical activity, whatever. But anyway, do you call that a marriage, guys? Would you say that is a marriage? For whatever immigration issue, this guy have not seen his wife in 9 years, right? And he was like teary eyes about it. He really want to see his wife, but he has some things that he have to go through. It's just so sad. Let's stay on the marriage situation. That this person, right, this particular situation, somebody is in the marriage and it's like a long distance marriage, and the person wait, like say the wife is waiting, right? And they come together and they just can't get along, because that happened as well. You know what I'm saying? It was okay while they were in the waiting process, but then when they live together, they can't get along. They argue, they fight. But when they weren't seeing each other, they used to yearn for each other. It's weird. Life is so weird, you know? Please be sure to like, comment, share this page. So, yeah, that really do happen. And then the other man that I was talking to, and I myself is in the separation process, right? It's not an easy road, guys. It's not an easy road. If you're going through divorce, you could drop your story here so you could help others. Okay, how are you handling it? Did you go through the grieving process? And where are you in your grieving process now? Okay? If you guys don't know what the divorce grieving process is, you could just go look up divorce grief. Okay? I didn't even want to talk about this, but I just left the office and it was just an intense conversation. Because as the gentleman, the man is talking to me about his divorce. Him and his wife been divorced for 2016. They've been divorced, and it's still they didn't deal with. It seems like there's no closure because he's still upset. They can't sit down and have a conversation together. So of course, when they've been divorced so long, right? And I mean divorce, and they still can't sit down to have a conversation, then you still have a lot of emotions going on in that case. And so, as I'm in the separation process myself, I'm trying to tell him, right? The reason why this is happening is because both of you guys still have a lot of anger. You guys never sit down. So I told him, why don't you just invite your ex-wife out, have it sit down, because you guys have teenagers. They're getting ready to go to college now. And listen, guys, if you left the marriage and everything is done, you should be able to sit down and have a conversation, right? In my opinion. The kids have to get married, graduate, have baby, sickness is going to come. And are you going to wait until something detrimental happens for you to be able to talk to your wife or your husband, your ex-wife or your ex-husband? No. If you guys separated and you made that final decision to divorce, then at one point you should just sit down and have an adult conversation for the kids' sake. Because like I said, you have ceremonies and things that you have to go through and make decisions. Even though, listen, when you got married, I know you guys might not believe this, but marriage is forever. And because you had this family, now the kids are not gonna just because they grow up, you're still gonna have issues there that you need to sit down and talk to the next spouse about. You understand? So he's so upset, and I could hear it because I'm a woman. I could hear the anger in his voice. He's still very upset about it. He said that she calls him like a deadbeat and things like that. He's paying tons of child support. Like, he's working. The man looks so tired. You could see the tiredness on his face. But he's working. He's going through paying child support, helping through college and stuff like that. So we talk all the time. So as I'm listening to his story, I'm like, you really need to... Because, and a lot of people might not believe this, but I'm like, a lot of people now, they talking about non-gender and all of this. But I said, if it really bothers you that much, because the reason why I said this to him was the daughter called him and told him to come to the house the other day to move some stuff. Listen to the story, guys. But before the daughter told him to come move the stuff, he told his daughter to make sure that the mom wasn't home. And I said, why is that? It would have been perfect if she was there, that you guys had to solve that conflict. Because you can't, it's not good to be tiptoeing around the children. The kids need to, even though the marriage ends, they need to see mature adults sitting down solving conflicts. How are you telling them, to get married, to do this, to do that, but you're not being an example? This is what I'm saying. Trust me and my husband is not together, but if he come to me like a man to talk to me, I'm just going to listen to him. We can no longer be, I want to say we can no longer be friends, but life is a process. I won't be disrespectful to him or anything, but I know that whatever transpire, you have to forgive, move on, and that would be the moving on process for me. But I'm not going to go to him because I went to him several times trying to have the discussion and everything, and it was pure lies and stuff. And no, but if it comes to me, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not, because at the end of the day, we have children together, and like I said, the whole process, things have to continue. It's like a continuum, right? So the guy went to the house. This is why I came to talk to you guys. The guy went to the house, and guess what, guys? Even though he think the ex-wife is so angry at him and everything, listen, I don't have nothing in my house for my husband. Nothing. Not one thing. Everything in my house, I changed everything. Right? I just wanted a new, right? And his wife, she still had the wedding pictures in the basement, and all his stuff was still there. And he asked me, why would she keep it? It's been so long. And I said, because that was her emotional attachment to your stuff. And this is why I'm trying to tell you, if you want to invite her out for drinks, I want to recommend drinks, because when people start drinking, everything gets skewed. I said, why don't you invite your wife to a small little dinner or brunch or something? Even if you want to invite the kids, but just do that and break the ice. Somebody have to break the ice, right? That was my opinion for him. I told him I was praying for him. He was laughing. He was like, oh, it's over. She's angry. She's mad. I said, apparently because you guys are both mad at each other. He said she hates me. But why would she hate you if that's what she wanted? She wanted the divorce. It's over. Shouldn't she be happy? You know what I mean? So I don't know, guys. If you have your opinion, you could definitely leave it here. I would love to hear what you guys got to say. But divorce is not easy. After the divorce, people think they're happy. It's still a lot of resentment. It's no closure. Some people don't get closure and they hang on to the anger. But I said life is too short. There's a lot of people dropping in this world right now. Life is too short. It don't have time for all that anger. And just move on. Move on, but it's easier said than done. When somebody betray you and did you wrong and everything, and you holding on to that anger, you're just bringing bitterness in your life, and you're gonna block your blessing. I'm telling you guys what I know. Like I said, me and my husband don't talk, but if I see him and he talks to me, I'm not going to not talk to him. I'm not going to be bitter, but we cannot be friends. But we could talk, but we cannot be friends because I understand exactly what happened in the relationship. And once you can't trust someone and communicate with somebody, it is a wrap. The marriage is over, but when you have kids, you have to have some form of communication for the children. And you guys can say the kids are grown now all you want, but even grown kids want to see their parents get along and not be hostile towards each other. And that's all I got to say. That was so beautiful that we were sitting down having this discussion, because what I want you guys to know, men hurt as well. Like I said, the first guy with his wife, he hadn't seen her in 9 years. I had to pray for him because he had tears all in his eyes. He even let me talk to her. She's in India. He even let me talk to her. You know what I mean? And I said a prayer for them. But this guy here, I told him I'm going to pray. I don't think he really believes in God. But I told him, if you're the man and you want to have some type of relationship, some type of decent relationship, and don't have to worry about the anger and she's bringing you caught back and forth. A lot of people use divorce, use that child support over the man head, over the woman head for control, because they're trying to control the relationship even after divorce. And you need to just let go. Let go. They use the kids as porn. They use the kids as porn all the time. They do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just wrong and it's not good. And I just feel like society is chaotic and dysfunction, and we just all need to get better. And I told him, if your wife worked on herself, I don't see the reason why she had to get bitter, period. You know what I mean? So if you guys have anything to add to this, please do. And again, I'll be talking about issues that have to do with relationship. Most of the people on my page are males. Males watch my channel a lot, and I thank you, all the men that trust me enough to watch me, that trust me enough to send me questions. I thank you. I thank you very much, because men, they don't have too much place to run and talk unless they run into another woman's arm. You know what I mean? They take it to the court. They take it to the basketball court or what have you. You know what I mean? Or go play physical. They get physical with it. You know? And that's why physical abuse come in. And I just discovered something, guys. I didn't know cheating. Forgive me for my ignorance. I didn't know cheating was a part of the abuse cycle. Okay? We all know it hurts and everything, but I didn't know it's categorized now as emotional and sexual abuse, sometimes financial as well. Let's not even mention psychological abuse. It really is another subject that we could talk about. But share your divorce experience with me, guys. And if you are separated, if you're married, how long you've been married. And if you know anybody that's going through a horrible divorce, if you know anybody that would like to talk about their divorce online, please, Rosa's Resources at Gmail. I would love to hear your story. All right. Thank you, guys. Leave your comment, like, and share. Subscribe.